Clapperboard Erin Brockovich, the woman who fought a billion-dollar company. Part 1, The Fall Before the Rise. It's 1991, California. The sun is bright, the streets are noisy, and somewhere in the middle of it all, a woman named Erin Brockovich is trying to hold her life together. Erin isn't a lawyer, not a scientist, not a politician. She's just a regular woman, divorced, mother of 3, and running out of luck. She's 31 years old, broke, exhausted, and desperate for a job. But Erin has something most people underestimate, a fire inside her that refuses to die. That morning, she's rushing to a job interview. She's wearing a tight red dress, her blonde hair tied up, heels clicking on the sidewalk. People stare, but Erin doesn't care. She believes in showing up like she means it. When she steps into the office, the interviewer gives her that look, the kind that judges a woman before she even speaks. "We'll call you if something opens up," he says. Erin smiles politely, but deep down, she knows they won't. She walks out of the building, head held high, but inside she's breaking. Her kids are waiting at home, bills are piling up, and her car is barely running. Life, it seems, has decided to test her patience. A few days later, as she's driving through an intersection, a car crashes into hers, a brutal accident. Her neck hurts, her car's wrecked, and she ends up in the hospital. When she tries to claim damages, her lawyer, Ed Masry, loses the case. Erin feels betrayed. She storms into Ed's office, still wearing her neck brace, furious and humiliated. "You said you'd help me, and you lost my case. Now I have nothing." Ed tries to calm her, but Erin's voice cuts through the office. "Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? To have no job, no money, and 3 kids to feed?" Her eyes are wet but strong. And for a moment, Ed Masry, the seasoned lawyer, has no words. Before leaving, Erin blurts out, "You ow." Clapperboard Part 2, The Hidden Poison. Erin sits at her desk, staring at the file that started it all. PG&E, Hinckley, California. She keeps turning the pages, trying to understand. Why would a gas company be involved in medical problems of local residents? She decides to find out. A few days later, Erin gets into her old car, the one that rattles every time she turns the key, and drives out to Hinckley. It's a quiet desert town, small houses, dry land, a water tower, and friendly faces who wave at strangers. But behind those smiles, Erin senses something off. She stops at a small house with a white fence. A woman in her 40s steps out, friendly but tired. Her name is Donna Jensen. Merin. "I work with Ed Masry's law firm. I was going through your file. Do you mind if I ask a few questions?" Donna hesitates but invites her in. The house looks normal, but there are signs of illness everywhere, bottles of medicine, hospital bills, a child coughing in the other room. "It's the water," Donna says quietly. "PG&E told us it's safe. But look around, everyone in this neighborhood is sick." Erin frowns. "What kind of sickness?" "Cancers, rashes, tumors, you name it. My husband's got breathing issues. The kids have nosebleeds. The doctors can't explain it." Erin looks at the glass of water on the table. It looks clean, but what if it's not? That night, Erin can't sleep. She keeps thinking about Donna and her family. If what they're saying is true, then something far bigger is going on. The next morning, she drives back to the waterboard office and asks for public records. The clerk looks annoyed. "What exactly are you looking for?" Erin smiles. "Anything with the words PG&E and Hinckley." Hours later, she's surrounded by dusty folders and old maps. Most people would give up, but Erin keeps reading, page after page, year after year of water reports. Then she finds it. A document marked Clapperboard Part 3, The War Begins. The morning sun hits the windows of Masry and Vitito law firm. The office looks ordinary, papers everywhere, phones ringing. But inside one small room, something extraordinary is happening. Erin Brockovich stands over a mountain of files, eyes blazing with determination. She's connecting dots that no one else dared to. Each paper, each report, each medical record, a story of pain and betrayal. Ed Masry walks in, coffee in hand. He's been a lawyer for decades, but he's never seen anyone like her. "Erin, you've been here for 3 days straight. Go home, get some sleep. Erin doesn't even look up. I'll sleep when they stop poisoning those people. It's ice. You realize this isn't a normal case. If we go against PG&E, they'll bury us in court filings, motions, paperwork. Erin cuts him off. Then we'll dig ourselves out. I don't care how long it takes. Her voice is steady, sharp, and full of fire. Weeks turn into months. Erin drives hundreds of miles every day, from Hinckley to LA, from homes to hospitals, collecting evidence. She knocks on doors, listens to families, takes notes, gathers medical reports. People start trusting her. They don't see a lawyer, they see a fighter. A man named Tom Robinson opens his door, coughing heavily. His wife, Linda, brings out a folder full of hospital papers. They said it's lung disease. But I've never smoked a day in my life. Erin flips through the documents, and the words hit her like a punch. Chromium exposure, possible cause. Her voice trembles, but she hides it. We'll make them pay for this. Linda grabs her hand and whispers. We've been waiting for someone to say that. Back at the office, Erin fills the boardroom with pictures, names, maps, and timelines. She's turning chaos into clarity, a full visual map of corporate crime. Red pins mark every sick family. Blue lines connect contamination sites. In Clapperboard Part 4, The People's Fight. The courtroom is packed. Reporters, townspeople, lawyers, everyone waiting to see the woman who dared to stand against PG&E, one of the most powerful corporations in America. Erin Brockovich walks in, not in a fancy suit, but in her usual bold style, bright colors, high heels, and confidence that shakes the walls. She isn't just another face in the crowd anymore. She's the voice of Hinckley. Outside the courthouse, people hold signs. Clean water, clean future. Justice for Hinckley. PG und Elite. People died. The fight is no longer just hers, it belongs to hundreds of families. But as the case grows, so does the pressure. The law firm can't handle the scale anymore. Thousands of pages of evidence, hundreds of witnesses, medical reports, and water tests, it's overwhelming. Ed Masry calls Erin into his office. Erin, we need help. We can't do this alone. Erin folds her arms. Then finds someone who won't sell out. After weeks of searching, Ed partners with a larger firm, Engstrom, Lipscomb & Lack, experienced in environmental lawsuits. When the new lawyers arrive, they underestimate her. To them, Erin is just the office girl with big hair and attitude. One of them jokes. So you're the famous Erin Brockovich. Didn't expect you to be so colorful. She smiles sweetly and replies. Didn't expect you to be so easily replaceable. Ed can't help but laugh. The new legal team brings order, systems, databases, paralegals, but Erin brings heart. She knows every victim by name, every illness by detail. She remembers the children who lost their parents, the mothers who can't bear children anymore, the men dying of strange cancers. During strategy meetings, when lawyers discuss damages and liabilities, Erin slams her hand on the table. They're not just numbers. These are people. Don't talk about them like statistics. The room falls silent. She may not have. Absolutely glowing star. Here's the final and most emotional part, Part 5 of Erin Brockovich, the woman who fought a billion-dollar company. This chapter shows what happened after the victory, her legacy, her struggles, and how she became an icon of truth and courage. Clapperboard Part 5, Legacy of Courage. The town of Hinckley wakes up to a new dawn. For the first time in decades, there's peace in the air. The lawsuit is over. PG&E has been forced to pay $333 million, the largest settlement of its kind in U.S. history. Families finally have money for medical care, for homes, for rebuilding their lives. But more than that, they finally have validation. Their pain was real. Their fight was worth it. And at the center of it all stands one woman, Erin Brockovich. When the cameras start rolling, reporters chase her for interviews. Magazines call her the real-life Wonder Woman. But Erin, standing in front of the press, doesn't talk about herself. She talks about the people of Hinckley. I didn't win this, she says. They did. Every mother, every child, every family who refused to stay silent, they're the real heroes. Behind her words, you can feel the truth. She never fought for fame. She fought for fairness. A few months later, the world takes notice. The story spreads across America, from TV shows to newspapers, and finally, to Hollywood. A film studio approaches her and Ed Masry. They want to make a movie about her life. At first, she laughs. Who'd wanna watch a movie about me? But soon, the project becomes real. Julia Roberts is cast as Erin. The movie is titled simply, Erin Brockovich. When it's released in 2000, it becomes a worldwide hit, inspiring millions of women who'd been told they weren't qualified enough, smart enough, or strong enough. And for her performance, Julia Roberts wins an Oscar. But the woman behind the story, the real Erin, says quietly in an interview, "The award doesn't belong to H.